Big news just dropped. Ripple does use private ledgers, but for the first time ever, we've got confirmation on exactly what they're being used for. In this video, we're diving into a groundbreaking interview with Jazzy Cooper, head of RippleX, Ripple's development arm, who spills the details on these private ledgers. There's been plenty of speculation and controversy around them. Tired of fake gurus who claim to be expert traders but never trade live? I trade live on the second largest crypto exchange, where everything is transparent and results can't be faked. For over 440 days, I've consistently closed every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have earned over $34,000 in profits with only 4% drawdown. Verified results, not empty claims. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in my profile and start copying my trades for free today. Are they setting a different price for XRP? Will any of the volume ever transfer to the public XRP ledger? Well, you're about to get some answers. Jazzy Cooper drops a major hint that could leave you feeling more bullish about public XRP than ever before. Stay tuned to find out what it is. Private ledgers have been a hot-button issue in the XRP community for ages, sparking endless debates and speculation. The big concern? Many believe major banking giants would stick to their own private ledgers, leaving little room for broader adoption. But here's the twist. I've already broken down why that's unlikely in previous videos. Now, for the first time ever, we're hearing it straight from the top. Leaders in digital assets from BlackRock, JP Morgan, and Citibank are openly admitting it. No one's interested in using their private permission chains. Instead, everyone wants to build and operate on their own platforms. The narrative is shifting, and it's fascinating to watch. There's still a huge gap in the market that no one's addressing. Sure, everyone can spin up their own private chain, but here's the catch. How do you connect them? These private chains exist, but they're only part of the puzzle. Yes, they work great for private transactions or internal money transfers, but to see the full picture, we need a system to link them all together. So here's the big question. If Ripple is building these private chains, what's their game plan? And how do these private chains tie into the public XRP ledger? Well, for the first time, Ripple is finally shedding light on this. This is one of the biggest wins now that the Ripple SEC case is behind us. We can finally hear Ripple's perspective on how they see the market evolving, and it's a game changer. This is incredibly exciting because I love getting insight into how Ripple views the market. Up until now, I've been left speculating, piecing things together from the outside, but when Ripple takes the time to openly discuss their strategies, we gain a clear understanding of how they're partnering with the world's largest financial institutions to build groundbreaking systems. Let's not forget, Ripple is one of the few companies actively collaborating with major banks and even nations. They're in a unique position to uncover exactly what these institutions need to integrate public blockchain technology and unlock its full potential. A perfect example? Decentralized ID. No other cryptocurrency has prioritized this feature like Ripple, which made it a key addition to the XRP ledger. Why is that so important? Because Ripple has spent the last decade working closely with banks, learning their needs inside and out. And here's the reality. Banks won't abandon processes like KYC, Know Your Customer, and AML, Anti-Money Laundering. For blockchain to truly work with these institutions, features like these must be embedded, and Ripple is leading the charge to make it happen. Alright, let's dive into something exciting. I want to shift gears and share a clip from Ripple's DeFi team lead discussing private ledgers. Pay close attention. There's a fascinating hint here that could unlock how the next generation financial system will take shape. Trust me, this one's worth your time. Let's listen in and break it down together. By the end, you'll have a much clearer idea of Ripple's vision for private blockchains. So, is an EVM sidechain the same as a private sidechain? Not exactly. With the XRP ledger, you can create custom sidechains tailored to your needs. Think of the EVM sidechain. It operates independently from the XRP ledger and gives you full control to configure settings however you like. This opens up some incredible possibilities. This model was previously used for projects like CBDCs, where a more permissioned or controlled environment is required for who can access the chain. But let's be clear, this is entirely separate from the public XRP mainnet. So here's the big question. Do any of those transactions, even if we don't know the details, count towards the XRP mainnet? Short answer, no, absolutely not. These are completely distinct blockchains. They're not tied to XRP mainnet consensus in any way. Think of them as standalone chains, but with the ability to bridge, just like any other blockchain. And that bridging capability? Let's take a step back and unpack what Ripple might be up to here. Imagine this. Ripple approaches the big banks and says, "Hey, we've got this game-changing blockchain technology for you." The banks, intrigued but hesitant, respond, "Sounds great, but we're not quite ready yet. There's too much uncertainty." So, what does Ripple do? They pivot. Instead of pushing blockchain settlement right away, they offer a better messaging system for payment communication. No settlement yet, but it's a big upgrade from the clunky systems banks currently use. The banks, seeing the value, say, "All right, let's give it a shot." And just like that, Ripple plants the seeds for future blockchain adoption. Over time, as confidence builds, the banks start thinking, "You know what? Maybe we are ready to take the next step." Ripple is shaking things up by using XRP for settlement, making money transfers faster and cheaper than ever. Imagine this: big institutions, some banks, some money transmitters, even governments, starting with Ripple's messaging system, then seamlessly moving to settlement powered by blockchain. It's a game changer. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. These financial giants aren't stopping at transactions. They're saying, "We want more." Think treasury management, holding balances, offering loan services, essentially moving their entire financial operations onto blockchain rails. The challenge? They love the speed and efficiency of XRP, but they're asking, do we go all in on the public XRP ledger? Can we make this work while keeping some things private? The potential is huge, but the journey to fully transform the financial system is just getting started. Imagine this: if I'm Bank of America, the last thing I want is JP Morgan knowing my every move. And as a Bank of America client, I definitely don't want my neighbor snooping into my banking activity, right? Privacy matters. Big time. So, what's the solution? Well, there are two paths to take. Bank of America could spin up its own private sidechain. Totally doable, sure. But there's an even smarter option. Why not let Ripple handle it? They're already in the loop, managing payments and settlements for us. They understand our business inside out. With Ripple creating a private sidechain, we stay in control. We set the rules. We call the shots, and we customize it to meet our needs. The best part? We get an internal system tailored for privacy and efficiency, letting us run our operations like a well-oiled machine. Secure, seamless, and totally our own. We don't need to stress about whether others approve, because it's our system. No need to worry about prying eyes because it's private. Suddenly we've got a super efficient back-end database to power our business. No headaches, no hassle. And here's the best part. We didn't have to build it ourselves. No hiring an expensive blockchain team. We're already partnered with experts in the field who are handling blockchain initiatives for us. It just clicks. It's the obvious choice. And this is where Ripple steps in, to provide the infrastructure businesses need. As Jazzy Cooper pointed out, the real magic lies in bridging to other blockchains. What does that mean? Sure, siloed permission-based systems are perfect for internal operations. But to truly thrive, businesses need to connect to the outside world. They need that bridge to expand their reach. And Ripple is the one building it. In today's world, doing business often means interacting with people you might not fully trust, but still need to collaborate with. That's where Ripple steps in. Ripple acts as a bridge, connecting private permission blockchains to the public, decentralized XRP ledger. This connection breaks down the walls of isolated closed systems, giving them interoperability with the rest of the network. Here's how it works. Ripple can create private permissioned systems tailored for each client, allowing businesses to manage their internal processes securely. Then, Ripple links these private systems through the public XRP ledger, creating a seamless network that benefits everyone. It's a game changer. Think of it like your camera roll. You keep most of your photos private, but share key moments on social media to stay connected. Businesses are no different. They need the privacy of a closed system, but also the reach of a public blockchain. Ripple understands this balance, and it seems Jazzy Cooper just hinted that this hybrid model is exactly what Ripple is building. It's not about choosing between public or private. It's about making them work together. Banks today are facing similar challenges when it comes to balancing privacy and connectivity. Some operations have to stay in-house, secure within a private, permissioned system, but at the same time, they need to connect to the wider world to function effectively. Every bank wants its own secure private domain, yet they all need to interact. Banks with banks, countries with countries, businesses with businesses. Even without trust, the need to collaborate is unavoidable. That's where a smart solution comes in. A private, permissioned system for internal control, seamlessly linked to a neutral, decentralized network. This setup offers the best of both worlds. Banks can operate independently without outside interference or permission, while still connecting to others when needed. It's freedom and security rolled into one, empowering institutions to work together without sacrificing autonomy. To engage with them, all you need to do is follow the rules of a decentralized, neutral system, one that no single entity controls. No need to stress about someone undermining you, stealing your assets, or suddenly changing the rules. This system is fair, transparent, and agreed upon by everyone using it. That's the kind of foundation future financial systems will be built on, and it's clear Jazzy Cooper has shown us that Ripple is heading confidently in this direction. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope you found this update insightful.